So a lot of people get a dog or they've had a dog for a while and maybe some behaviors start popping up. And the first thing that they think of is I need to reach out to a dog trainer. Or especially if we get a new dog, we're like, oh, I need training. But we don't really know why we need that training. We don't know why it's important. So that's why I wanted to make this video, just to help dog owners understand why training is so important. And the number one reason why training is important is because your dog's brain is structurally similar to that of a human child. So if you had an 8-year-old child that you never taught how to do anything and you didn't teach him right from wrong and you just let him be, um, his brain would look like mush in an MRI and you'd be on the evening news for neglect. And so often I see people do this with dogs, and we shouldn't, because their brains are the same. We wouldn't do it to a child. Why are we doing it to a dog? And so that's one of the key things that we cover in our Canine Revolution program and our Dog for Life program is very like all the psychology behind dog training. And we really get into the brain and how it works and how the dog learns so that you know exactly how to help your dog. The other important thing here is, especially with puppies, puppies go through two critical developmental stages in their growing up phase. The first one is 8 to 12 weeks of age. This is typically when we're bringing a puppy home from a breeder or puppies leaving mom for the first time. The second stage is between 6 months and 14 months of age. And what these stages mean is that your dog's brain is wiring itself. And if they have a bad enough experience during this time, that's how their brain's going to wire itself, is with that bad experience. And we don't want that, because if it's a bad enough experience, we risk traumatizing our dog for life. No pressure, right? So it's so important, especially in these age ranges, that you get help with your dog. Signs of fear stages are age, but then also your dog may seem jumpier or startle more. They might be okay with like some people or other dogs, but then all of a sudden that behavior changes. That's pretty typical for a fear stage, and it's our responsibility as pet owners to help them navigate those stages with a good experience. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is why behaviors happen. This is a frequently asked. This is everything I cover in our first phone call. These are questions that people ask me. Why does this behavior happen? Why is my dog all of a sudden attacking the other dog? Very, very, very rarely are dogs born aggressive for no reason. Just like it's very rare for humans to be sociopaths, it is very rare for a dog to be aggressive for no reason. So any act of aggression, or what I would like microaggressions, I guess, that's an attempt to gain control of safety. So this doesn't just apply to dogs, this applies to humans as well. So imagine you're driving in your car and you get cut off in traffic, and you're mad and you're honking on the horn and you're flipping off the windshield. You're mad because your safety was threatened. It's the same thing for your dog. If your dog is on the walk and sees another dog and starts barking and is aggressive, he's just trying to gain control of his safety because he hasn't been taught a good coping skill to gain control of his safety. And he hasn't been given the confidence to know that, I don't need to be insecure right now. So there's so many overlapping things here with human psychology. And so fear is a big one. Pain is also another one. So one of the questions I always ask a client is, are there any health concerns? Have there been health concerns in the past? Something as simple as an ear infection, a torn ACL or CCL, arthritis, allergies, any of those things plus more can cause some pretty extreme behavior changes in dogs. The third cause of behavior changes in dogs is the rule of three. And so we talk about this a lot with when we bring a dog home from rescue or shelter. Normally we're given a handout that talks about the rule of three. And this idea is that it takes 3 days, 3 weeks, and 3 months to fully adapt to your surroundings. 3 days to get used to the new sights and smells, 3 weeks to start understanding the routine, and at 3 months, your dog is the dog that they are meant to be. What we don't talk about enough is that this is not just when we bring a dog home. This is any time that the dog perceives a change in its life. So that might be a change in your work schedule. To you, it's just another day. Oh yeah, a little bit inconvenient. I got to start going to work a couple hours earlier. To your dog, it could be the whole world upside down for them. A deployed spouse, I see that all the time since we live next to a military installation. A deployed spouse can set your dog off and start causing some behavior changes. And if we understand that, we can start to meet our dog with a little bit more compassion and grace. Same thing for yourself. Those changes, we as humans are just taught to kind of barrel through them, but take a moment, give yourself the rule of 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months to fully adjust to changes. And so those are just kind of the few things that, why training is important, what causes behavior changes in dogs, the fear stages. Those are all things that I cover in our first phone call. It's questions I get a lot from people. And it's stuff that we cover plus more in our Canine Revolution program and our Dog for Life program. So we focus on dog psychology because your dog is not a robot and does not need to be commanded to be obedient. They are capable of critical thinking, problem solving, and impulse control, just like a child. The second part of what we do is the community. So our Canine Revolution program has an amazing online community of dog owners all over the United States who are dealing with the same problems that you are or have the same goals as you. We have a lot of aggression clients. We have a lot of reactivity clients, service dog clients. I mean, it's puppy clients. It's all over the board. And what's cool about it is you have a community of people who have learned the same way as you, with the same goals and desires that you have. And they are there to rally behind you and support you. I have a lot of them that are in person and are local, and they will meet up in person and help each other out with training. And it's just that community aspect is just absolutely invaluable. So if you have any questions about dog training or why it's important, anything that we covered, if you want more in-depth explanation on that, just send me a message and I will get that answered for you. And if you'd like to check out our Canine Revolution program, I will include a link with this video as well.